In today's video, we're going to look at the underlying asset that Argo Blockchain holds, which is Bitcoin. We're going to have a look at Bitcoin's charts and why I believe we are potentially entering a really nervous time for Bitcoin holders and Argo Blockchain holders. What is the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy, Hold, Sell. I hope, of course, you are all well. Anyone that follows the channel will probably see a bit of a different location, currently sitting upside. I just want to do a quick video, so I'm using the built-in camera on my laptop. So if the quality and production perhaps isn't as good as you're used to, please forgive me. I'm just really swamped today. So join my bank holiday. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Put this in initially, markets look brutal today. I have my own Discord group now, so a lot of the update videos I used to do religiously, near enough every week I was doing on Argo Blockchain, I've pulled back on them. Real reason being is everyone is chatting about it in my Discord. So the update notice that I feel isn't needed anymore. I feel like I'm servicing that within the Discord. So I just thought I'd do a bit of TA more so in this video. Plenty of stuff's coming in. We've all the tweets coming in here from Argo Blockchain. Some really great stuff came out last week. There's been a lot of great progress, in my opinion. I put in this year. I've been invited to the Argo Blockchain interim results, which I followed, which I watched. We shared our thoughts in the group. I'm not going to really repeat too much about it. But in short, it just sort of said, you know, the results I'm happy enough with. The key thing for me taking away from the whole conversation was it sounds like they had a plan for the increased power costs. We've been covering this for the last few months about how perhaps the takeoff of the pilot plant wasn't as good as we'd maybe anticipated, but that's mostly down to the hindrance that of energy. All companies, let's be honest, are facing the energy pinch, including every household and it seems to be in the world. So you have to have sympathy there, but I like the fact that this is a problem that I'm sure they had some sort of risk factor associated with it, but the risk management, in my opinion, has been pretty damn good from Argo Blockchain. They've looked at this scenario, they've come up with different ways of being able to deal with the problem, and they're facing it head on. Peter Wall had a bit of a bad throat, all of him, but yes, I felt that the interview went really well with him. I thought he gave us the reassurances, which is what I liked. The last time we got the reassurances, when a lot of questions were asked, what happens if Bitcoin falls below 10K? Share the link to the video, you can go in and watch that. That was a nervous one for me, but they give me the reassurances. I actually invested for the first time since last October in them based on that, just a small bit, because it was more of me showing my support for the company more so than I actually thought from a technical point of view. Was it a good time to buy? It probably wasn't, but to show belief, I was happy enough to buy at those levels. And again, I got more reassurances. Have I bought since then? No. Will I continue buying soon? Probably not, which we'll get into in a moment. Argo Blockchain have continually smashed their goals. They're a lot better. They're one of the better stocks that I have in my portfolio in terms of delivering. They're very vocal, very on their socials, always telling us, even when it's bad, telling us the bad news on how they're going to fix it or make it better. I have no complaints with Argo Blockchain at all. The main question you've got to ask yourself, Argo Blockchain, is do you foresee Bitcoin being in the future? Plenty of stuff in the Discord. John's been sharing stuff about the impact of crypto miners in the winter, which was great. Some great stuff coming in here from Pete as well about charts and graphs. We even had the notice coming in about Binance working with MasterCard to be able to deliver more. To me, I still think there's progress within the industry itself. I still think that the assets are growing. And again, I've repeated it for years now. To me, there is enough risk within crypto that you don't need to look for the next alternative coin. You just invest in the best in class. Bitcoin and perhaps a bit of exposure to Ethereum does no harm, but there really isn't any need to be venturing too far. What I foresee happening to the crypto scene though is a bit like the dot-com bubble. It wiped out so many growth stocks. I foresee sort of crypto having that level of wipeout. I could honestly see, if you look down the list of the top 50 coins, I could honestly see half of them just being gone in the next matter of a few years. That's scary, but again, that's why you invest in the best in class in Bitcoin, and within that, invest in stocks that are mining Bitcoin. So I'm not going to say any more about just the high level industry news. I'm going to do a video on Argo Blockchain's PE ratio at a better time and sort of do a bit of a bullish style video. Try to always create balance, but I do feel that Bitcoin and Argo Blockchain, there will come a time when they want to strike on this. And we'll cover that on the channel. But let's have a look at Argo Blockchain. It's rally like everything. It looks sort of looking a bit bullish, but it's gone. It's gone again. And that's just the way it is. This is the ARB ticker, which is actually closed today because it is the bank holiday, sitting at 38. So we'll look at ARBK. Again, they roughly mirror each other, but we can see similar scenario here. Sell off just looks brutal. Everything looks flat. Everything's going down. The general market sentiment is for this to go down. All stocks are going to go down. I'll share the link to my video on Sunday, yesterday, which it's super bearish. It is like literally the worst case scenario, probably, in my opinion. Do I fully believe it? No, absolutely not. But I do feel that the bullishness is gone, and I think we're well into a bear market, and it will only get worse. But is it as bad as yesterday's video? Perhaps not. Do your own conclusions. Check out the video though. But there's nothing really here that looks good in terms of Argo Blockchain.
There's no feeling down there now.
How is your ass?
My arse has got no latch.
Where could it go? Well, I think it all depends on Bitcoin. Where do you see Bitcoin going is the real question. And my story, unfortunately, for anyone who watches the channel will know, for the last year, especially since sort of September, October time, sort of 10 months ago, I started saying I could see Bitcoin going to 20,000 without a doubt. And we've seen that, like, you know, this isn't a coincidence that since this sort of time, we have seen Bitcoin fall 70%, and that is the reality of it. Am I holding Bitcoin still? Yes. Do I regret holding Bitcoin? Yes. Just not because I don't believe in it. I just go, God, if I had really knew come September, October, the ferociousness. Obviously, nobody could see that over a 2-month period, you were going to lose 40% of your holding if you know, from the highs. So it really was brutal. And by the time the charts would have told me to get out, I had already taken a sort of 30% pullback, and you go, oh, it might bounce off this level. You try to convince yourself, don't worry guys, I've done it, I still do it, everyone does it. But you know, once the pattern of this here, and once we really got sort of below this level here, which took to the 9th of May, so from here to the 9th of May, I was already down 44% from the highs, and I just went, I'll just hold on now and we'll just see where we go. But really, at last ditch attempt, I should have been out of this trade and took whatever profits I could have. But it's gone now. I'm holding till the death. Do I see Bitcoin falling a lot lower? I do. Definitely think we're below the 20 grand now. I just think we've seen 17.8 before, if I recall. Yeah, about here. You know, there's another 10% drop guaranteed, in my opinion. But where do I ever see it going? Well, I see it going. And this is scary. Get the Kleenex out. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I wouldn't be surprised if we were to fall to, well, that's at 12,000. In and around 10, 12, 13,000. Now, where will I be buying? It depends on how quick we get there. I really don't want to get there quick. I would like it to drag out. Maybe even until the new year. I don't think we're going to be so lucky, but if it can drag this out, the reason I'm saying I could drag it out is because I believe there's so much going to happen with the actual S&P, NASDAQ, all of that needs to pull back. I think this bear market's going to run. I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. I think we're talking 2023, perhaps late 2023 before anything happens. I've said Bitcoin wouldn't get excited about it until 2024, the next halving. So when you factor in all of that there, I don't want it to go quick, because if you think the downwards trajectory is going to continue, if we get to 10 grand, then there's only one place to go from there, which is looking like it could be sort of in and around this level, which is going to be your 10 grand. But the next level you're talking is 6 grand, 3 grand. So, I mean, and it just goes on and on. All great buying opportunities, don't get me wrong, but you've really just got to ride these hard times out and just remember yourself. Do you believe Bitcoin will stand the test of time? Do you foresee Bitcoin being huge come the end of 2024? And if you do, then this is probably, you know, again, do your own due diligence, not my financial advice by any means, but this honestly could be the most golden opportunity of any generation. So you've got to look at it positive. If you're not in Bitcoin, I wouldn't be buying. I'm holding, not having bought since October, no intentions of buying. I will nibble at 10 grand. If I see it go to 10 grand, I am buying. Perhaps earlier, depending on charts, we'll see. So make sure that, you know, subscribe to the channel to get up to date on those things. But for me, you've just got to ride it out. Remember fundamentals. And within Bitcoin doing well, Argo Blockchain will do well. We do have the updates from Argo Blockchain telling us about their scenarios. They will sell Bitcoin. They've done some great stuff. I must add that. They've done some great stuff that came out about the loans. It's down to like £7 million now, or $7 million. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, can't remember right now, but it's dollars or pounds, but thereabouts. That's all they have left of that huge loan that they took out. So they're still actually executing their plan. I'm all for that. And within that, I believe Bitcoin will be fine. Zcash, I don't know the outcome there, but it's such a small holding, I wouldn't panic too much. It's going to be rough for Argo and the team. It really will be. If they can get the energy situation under some sort of control and better, start profitable that side, keep working in-house on what they're doing and delivering, I personally think that if they'll be able to weather the storm out. But it is very, very nervous, super high risk, no doubt about it. Bitcoin in general is high risk. Argo Blockchain as the asset, it's all super high risk. So I don't know if that's probably reassured anybody, but tells you that I'm in on the journey. I'm super bullish on crypto, especially Bitcoin. So I think Argo has given us enough reassurances that they were going to be here throughout this. So within all that, I think we're going to be okay. But honestly, guys, this could be something that we have never seen before. Again, watch that video on Sunday, and I'll share the link to that video. Go in and check that out. I think it's worthwhile looking at the most bearish case scenario just in case any of this starts happening. There's a lot of things that are looking very similar, and it makes me very nervous. But that's the video. Please like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. Catch us in the next one, guys. Peace.